Hello fellow Wolverines and welcome back to Wolv TV SportsCenter. My name is Nick Gascon.
And I'm Brenna Murphy.
In this week's episode, we'll cover football's 31-13 loss at USC, hockey's 5-1 and 3-1 wins to sweep number 7 Providence, field hockey's 1-0 loss at Ohio State, men's soccer's road loss to Maryland and rebound win at Ohio State, women's soccer's tie with Indiana and loss to Michigan State, and women's volleyball's split weekend with a loss to number 20 Indiana and a 5-set win over Iowa.
This past Saturday, the Wolverines suffered a tough loss to unranked USC, losing 13-31. It was only our second time ever playing the Trojans in the Coliseum, with the first meeting being in 1957. USC received the ball first and scored on their first drive thanks to a 2-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Jaden Mayava to wideout Jacoby Lane. The Wolverines got their first points on the board with 3 minutes left in the second, scoring off an 8-yard touchdown pass from Bryce Underwood to Donovan McCulley. Unfortunately, there was just enough time left for USC to squeeze in one more score, coming from an 8-yard touchdown to Mekhi Lemon. Going into the half, the Trojans led 14-7.
Michigan received the ball to begin the second half and went 3 and out, which USC capitalized on with a 15-yard rushing touchdown from running back King Miller. With 10 minutes left in the fourth, USC kicked a 54-yard field goal, making it 24-7. 2 plays later, the Michigan offense showed a glimmer of hope with a huge 69-yard touchdown pass from Bryce to Donovan McCulley. Inexplicably, they decided to go for 2, which was not successful, making it 24-13. For good measure, USC scored once more with 4 minutes left in the game, coming from a 29-yard touchdown rush right up the middle, in which the Michigan defense showed little to no resistance. The final score was USC 31, Michigan 13. All things considered, Bryce didn't have that bad of a game, posting a stat line of 15 for 24 with 207 passing yards, 2 touchdown passes, and 1 interception. However, the run game left a lot to be desired, with Justice Haynes and Jordan Marshall combined having only 119 yards on 24 carries and no touchdowns.
On Friday, October 10th, the men's hockey team opened up their series against number 7 ranked Providence at Schneider Arena for non-conference play. Underclassmen shone throughout the game, bringing the team to their 3rd win of the season, 5-1. Freshman Drew Schock netted his first career goal and was one of 6 skaters with multiple points on the score sheet. Next to him, freshman center Cole McKinney went perfect on faceoffs, going 14-0.
Continuing into Saturday, the boys wrapped up the series with another win, 3-1. Michigan was able to score 2 shorthanded goals, one from freshman Malcolm Spence, followed by one from senior Josh Ernessy. Ernessy tallied the 3rd goal of the game as well, his 6th career multi-goal game. Michigan's 2 shorthanded goals marked the first time the program had accomplished the feat since exactly 1 year prior. The team is now ranked 4th, and allowing 3 goals in 4 games marks their best defensive start to a season since the 1925-26 season. In an effort to continue the momentum, the Wolverines host Robert Morris this weekend at Yost Ice Arena.
On Sunday, October 12th, number 11 Michigan Wolverines field hockey team faced off at number 15 OSU. Both teams struggled for control through the entire game, though the Buckeyes were able to score the lone goal of the game near the end of the second quarter. The Wolverines outshot them 6-3 and held OSU from making a single shot on goal the entire second half. Though the Wolverines had 2 high-quality drives late in the third, the first spearheaded by Abby Tamer and Drew Moffitt, followed by a minute later an attempt from Esme DeWilligan and Peyton Maloney. OSU was ultimately able to hold the shutout. Next week, the Wolverines visit Northwestern on Friday, October 24th, then face off at Iowa on Sunday, October 26th.
On Thursday, October 9th, the Michigan women's soccer team hosted number 18 MSU, drawing a crowd of over 2,000 for the Mazout game. Tensions were high in the rivalry game, exacerbated by MSU's goal in the 2nd minute, resulting in a combined 31 fouls and 5 yellow cards. The Wolverines were able to limit the Spartans to just 8 attempts on goal, but were ultimately unable to turn the tide of the game. The following Sunday, Michigan hosted Indiana at home. By the start of the second half, the Wolverines were trailing 0-2, but they were able to hold the Hoosiers to just 8 shots, and Kaylee Burrell captained Michigan's comeback with goals in the 61st and 82nd, ultimately recording a tie. Number 13 Michigan men's soccer team visited number 15 Maryland on Friday, October 10th. The Wolverines recorded 7 shots against the Terrapins, with goalie Isaiah Goldson making 6 saves. Unfortunately, they were unable to come back after allowing 2 in the 56th and 72nd and recorded a loss on the road. After the loss, the Wolverines fell to number 16. Not to be deterred, the Wolverines decimated the Buckeyes in Columbus on Tuesday, which is really all that matters. From start to finish, Michigan controlled the game, outshooting OSU 7-3 on target and recording goals from Joao Paulo Ramos and Michael Ramirez in the 30th, Ramirez and Grayson Elmquist in the 38th, and another from Elmquist, assisted by Nicholas Cassidy and Dulio Herrera in the 67th. The Buckeyes pulled back one goal in the 76th, but the Wolverines didn't allow any subsequent chances and closed out the win. Both teams will make an appearance this week, with the women's team facing off at Maryland on Thursday, October 16th, and the men's team hosting UCLA at home on Friday, October 17th.
Michigan women's volleyball split their matches this past week, starting with getting swept 3-0 by number 20 Indiana on Friday, October 10th. Allison Jacobs led the Wolverines with 12 kills, but it wasn't nearly enough to overcome the powerhouse Hoosier team. The team bounced back on Saturday, October 11th with a 3-2 win over Iowa, a match that included a two-set comeback by the Wolverines, led by Allison Jacob, 26 kills, and Morgan Burks, 56 assists. Michigan now looks forward to this weekend, heading to Evanston on Thursday, October 16th, before returning home to Chrysler for their toughest challenge yet as they take on number 1 ranked Nebraska on Sunday, October 19th.
This Saturday, October 18th, number 15 Michigan returns home to host Washington at the Big House, with kickoff scheduled for noon Eastern Time on Fox as part of the Big Noon Kickoff. It will be the first time the Huskies have visited Michigan Stadium since 2021, back when they were still in the Pac-12. Washington enters this matchup with a 5-1 record. Their offense is led by quarterback DeMond Williams Jr., who has thrown for more than 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns with just 1 interception, while also contributing heavily on the ground. Williams delivered a monster performance last week against Rutgers, piling up 402 passing yards, 136 rushing yards, and 4 total touchdowns. In the backfield, Jonah Coleman is Washington's main threat. He leads the nation in total touchdowns, serving as a go-to option in red zone and goal line situations. Washington's offense overall is balanced and efficient, ranking among the national leaders in third down conversion rate and passing efficiency, while still producing explosive plays both through the air and on the ground. Defensively, Washington has been sturdy against the run, but inconsistent on third downs and when facing mobile quarterbacks. Michigan will look to exploit these areas by mixing tempo, staying balanced, and forcing Washington's defense into unfavorable situations.
For Michigan, the focus is on rebounding from a tough road loss and reestablishing control at home. Last week against USC, your Wolverines' defense allowed nearly 500 yards and missed 14 tackles, issues that must be cleaned up quickly. On offense, freshman quarterback Bryce Underwood continues to show composure and precision, while running backs Justice Hayes and Jordan Marshall look to reassert Michigan's physical ground attack and control the clock. Defensively, Ernest Hausman and the Wolverines' front seven will be key in containing Williams and Coleman, generating consistent pressure, forcing third and longs, and limiting explosive plays will be vital. Head coach Sharon Moore emphasized the need to finish drives, eliminate costly mistakes, and set the tone early if Michigan can establish its ground game, protect the football, and match Washington's pace from the opening snap. The Wolverines will have a strong chance to leave the Big House with another statement Big Ten victory. Okay, Nick, let's talk about that football game at USC, because what was with that 2-point conversion on the first touchdown? I think that was not a smart decision on our end and not helpful at all.
Yeah, no. I mean, when it happened and I was watching it live, I was already yelling at the TV. The difference in score would have been we're down 9 versus we're down 10. I don't understand the logic there at all. And the fact that it failed just kind of, I feel like it just brought the team morale down when we were already losing away. And it just overall, there was no benefits to it that I saw. I don't know what was going through their head.
Yeah, I agree. That was what I was going to say, is I think it totally killed the momentum of our team, and so it made it a lot harder for us to then continue on in the game. I think they needed to just stick with a regular kick, and they could have possibly had a lot better of a shot.
I think Bryce did pretty good, all things considered. The fact that it was a loss, he had over 200 passing yards and, pretty mid-average completion rating, consistent with his stats. The run game, not as good as it has been
But
in
we also
previous
had
games this season.
our lead running back out for most of the game. So that was a big.
Yeah, we
That was a big
did
hurt on
both Jordan Marshall and Justice Haynes. They kind of got equal playing time, which hadn't really happened before this game. Also, just want to quickly touch on hockey. Swept
big
number
win.
7 Providence at home this past week, up to number 4 in the country now. How do you feel about that?
I think that's amazing. Going from number 9 to number 4, I think, is pretty impressive just for beating one team. But I think it's a really great start to our hockey season, and I think that we are looking really good, especially compared to like last year. And I think we have a really bright future in hockey. Yeah. So that'll be it for this week's episode of Wolf TV Sports Center. I'm Brenna Murphy.
And I'm Nick Gascon.
Who's got it better than us?
Nobody.